Peace. I come in the righteous name of Emir X. And today, I want to build on a few different things, and I want to build on how I see the day's degrees, right? I want to build on the day's different degrees, and the day's degree is Carter. The day's mathematics is Carter freedom, right? And before Carter freedom, Carter is a way of life, the way you present, carry yourself as a Carter, our self-loading master, and masters our Carter is Islam. Freedom is a free from all the lies of wickedness, of devil civilization, right? I also want to give a clarification before I continue my build. I want to say that Kacha means number 4, right? So today's mathematics of Kacha freedom, how do I see that, right? How I see that is, our Kacha, right? My Kacha of Islam, right? That's when I say our Kacha, right? That's the same as your Kacha too, because we both have the same Kacha, because we the original main. And that's who I'm talking to. You may not be an original person who's watching this video, but I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the original main, right? So my black brother, my black sister, whoever's watching the video, that's your culture too, right? And if you say you got a religion or a culture, because culture and religion are two different things, right? And Islam is truly not a culture. I mean, truly not a religion, because it's the nature of the black man, and it's our way of life, right? It's just the true nature of us. So you can't call someone's nature religion, but also it's a culture instead of versus a religion, because also culture and religion are two different things, right? Or are not the same thing, rather. But our culture of Islam, which, like I said, it's the same as your culture, brother. You say you have a different religion from me, or a different culture from me, right? You must not have, and you say it's your own, you must not have your own culture. You must not have your own religion if you say it's different from the natural of the natural one that belongs to the black man. Because really, the religion of the black man is Islam, right? But like I just said, right, I'm trying to give you an understanding. It's not a religion, right? People call it a religion. It's called a religion, but it's a culture. So if you say you have a different culture, or if you think it's a religion, right, that's not yours. It must not be your own. If it's different than mine, right? Because my culture is Islam, right? And it's the same as your true culture. But our culture of Islam, I want to build on a few different what's our customs? What do it teach you, right? Because it's going to help aid and advance my build. But what are some things we do within our culture? What do our culture teach us? Our culture teaches us first to always be truthful, always tell the truth and represent the truth, because that's the identification of the black man, and that's also what Islam means. Islam means truth, but it teaches you to be truthful. It teaches you always tell the truth and represent what's true, right? It also teaches us not to lie, not to steal from one another, not to steal from your brothers and your sisters, as well as anybody. It teaches you how to be a civilized person, right? It teaches you to always uh, not tell lies, not steal from nobody, and don't make no trouble. Don't make no trouble. Always be the never be the aggressor, and always act in self-defense. Right? It teaches us to be a humble people, be meek and humble, yet or be meek and humble and be confident yet commanding at the same time. Right? And always represent ourselves, and don't falsely represent yourself, and don't hide what you know to be right and exact, right? But also you should and this is what I'm saying now. It's things that we do, but I'm giving y'all advice, telling what y'all should do, right? So, or what we all have to do, rather. But take what advice I say and live it out, and you'll have a happy life, and you'll be successful in your things. But we go out and we protect our woman. We don't allow a woman to be corrupted, disrespected, or made up to her own self, right? And we don't disrespect our woman our own self. So rather, if we see anybody else doing it, we still got to treat the original woman good, which is any brown, black, yellow, and red woman, right? So we treat our woman, we treat our woman good ourselves, and we respect our woman ourselves. But also we make sure that that we look out for what other people do to our women, right? Because they all our women, right? We got it, and it's our duty to teach her. It's our duty to protect her, uplift her, respect her, and drive her to her fullest equality. So always look out for the original woman, which is any brown, black, yellow, or red woman, right? Make sure you don't call her out her name. You don't call her no bitch. Don't say no hoe. Don't say none of that shit, right? And be dress her as queen, mother civilization, right? And if she's not queen by actions, you still shouldn't call out her name, right? Uh, Teach her what her actions really mean and what they doing and what she should be doing, right? But don't stand for none of that shit. Don't sit there and allow someone else to call you a woman out her name. Also, don't allow no one else to put hands on an original woman around you, right? Always protect the original woman, right? And a part of protecting is also teaching, right? But protect your brothers. Always, if you follow Islam, you are brother, right? You my brother. I'm your brother, right? As long as you're an original person. If you're a Muslim son, right? You the son, right? Am I gonna call you brother? Ain't no white person, my brother. Ain't no white person, your brother neither. If you think that, you got the wrong understanding. But these are different things. But unity, unifying, right? Pooling our own resources. So if you have any resources, whether it be money, whether it be knowledge, whether it be uh, whatever it may be, right? Whether if I have a knowledge of something useful, right? If it might be a trade or a skill, or if it's something that I learned to be true for myself and applicable in my life, I lived it out and I was successful in it, and it was allowing me to protect myself and not fall victim to the devil's civilization. Teach your brother that. If you learn, I can cook good, healthy food. Teach your brother how to cook healthy food. Teach your sister how to cook healthy food, right? I know how to do a little carpentry. I know how to do a little electrical work. Teach your brothers and sisters that, right? Pool your own resources. Find who's good at one thing and come together. Help. Let's say you know someone in your community who's an old person and they roof is leaking. Help patch their roof for them, right? And that's you unifying and coming together and stuff. So we being positive, right? Always be positive amongst one another. Don't fight. We don't carry no weapons. Never be the aggressor and always act in self-defense, right? Whether it be to defend your woman or children's. If you see a black child on the street, always protect them. If you see a black woman or any brown, black, yellow, red woman on the street, protect them, right? But don't fight our brothers and sisters. Don't fight any of your brothers and sisters. Don't fight anyone. Never be the aggressor, right? If you have to act in self-defense, always act in self-defense. If you don't, you weak and you're not doing what you need to do, right? And don't never be afraid to always say the truth, right? Don't care. I don't care what white person is there, right? Don't care if they take your job away, right? If you represent the truth, you always be upheld. Allah always upheld the truth, and Allah gonna make sure you always gonna be good, right? You may have to bear through the hard times, the trials and tribulations, but you get through them, and you're gonna be promised all the best things in life, right? And you truly be respected by other people, right? Even the devils who call you, oh, this nigga right here, right? Oh, he will respect you more if you, instead of you being quiet and afraid, right? Rather than you always saying the truth. But don't fight your brothers and sisters. Don't be getting no arguments and fighting each other and stuff like that. Also, don't carry no weapons neither. No knives, no guns, because who makes your weapons? That's the slave master make the weapons. He gave them to you so that you can kill each other, right? We don't carry no arms, because if we arm ourselves, one, that means we don't look for trouble, right? And now giving him excuse to come in and use his arms on us first without even doing nothing. He don't need excuse already. So if we give him a reason we carrying arms, he gonna do that. He gonna come down on us hard, right? So don't carry no arms, because also we're not looking for trouble, right? We're peaceful people, right? Be a peaceful person, but don't. And if we do arm ourselves, right? Who you getting the arms from? Who you getting? And you're not looking for trouble. Who you getting? Who you have to go to? You have to depend on the colored man. You have to, which I mean white man when I say colored man, because colored means made different from what originally was, right? So don't depend on him, right? We're not colored people. That's trick knowledge. You hear people of color? Fuck that shit. I hate. Don't say no. Don't say no people of color. Colored people. And they change it up now. Oh, it's people of color. It's better to say that's some tricknology. It means the same stuff. When they say people of color, colored people means the same thing. So we can't even use anything that remnants of that, not even close to that. But uh don't fight your brothers and sisters, right? Put down the weapons, because when you arming yourself, you got to go to the colored man to get the arms first, and you can't be no person looking for trouble, or else whatever you have, unlike attract and like repel, right? So if you have something right? You're gonna repel your own life by having something that's unalike. Cause you know, you have some weapons and shit, you don't need them, right? You got the arm, leg, arm, in the head. You act in self-defense, right? And also what you gonna do when you don't have your switchblade, when you don't have your gat. How you gonna protect yourself then if you're not well versed in these? Right? That goes for me too. I don't know no type of martial arts or self-defense other than fight like hell, you know, fight like a motherfucker. But what you gonna do then, right? So don't depend on no colored name for no weapons, and don't surround yourself with that, right? Why? You know what did Malcolm do? Malcolm, the only place he went wrong is he wanted to carry weapons, and he went against the teacher. That's Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And what had happened to him? He had a violent death because he wanted to have that, right? So that's gonna happen to you. You want to carry weapons, you want to do this and that. The reason Elijah Muhammad said don't teach weapons wasn't just because we like this or like that. Nah, we always act in self-defense, but never be the aggressor. Don't be a troublemaker. And whenever you have them sort of things around you, just only go and track them. So same type of things, right? So don't don't fight your brothers and sisters. Don't be on the street beating your brother down, beating your sister down. Shit, you wouldn't even beat the white man down. Why you want to beat your own brothers? But we shouldn't be beating nobody down, right? But if someone come to us stepping sideways, if they come to us, right, always act in self-defense. Never be the aggressor, but always act in self-defense. Always protect your own and stand on your own morals, values, and principles, right? But with all this long intro being said, how do I see and me sharing and revealing my understanding to y'all, right? Maybe I can teach you something. Hopefully, not hopefully. I don't deal in hopes and hopefully that none of that stuff, right? But I will, you know, I will that this will be able to happen. Just as I heard this from the God Saladin. I don't know if he was the first guy to say it like this, right? Obviously got the manifestation because Allah willing these things into existence, right? And we do for self. But he's the guy where I heard him use it in that context. So always give credit. Always give credit. Right, that's another thing. I always give credit. Don't steal nothing from nobody. Right, I always give credit. I always be truthful. But as a God Sardine thing, always says, I will that this will be able to help you, and I strive to make this possible to be able to be informative and to give you something maybe positive and to show you something from my understanding, my mind, right, which was understanding given to me from Allah and given the knowledge and wisdom of Allah that was taught to me, was to bless me with the best part of understanding, right? Mental clarity and not feeling not being bothered all the time. You can't even, that's the chastisement of Allah being upon you. You can't even think straight, right? How bad it is because you go. So if you're going astray or being a hypocrite, right? So we gotta try our best. Don't be no hypocrite, whether, right? Don't be no liar saying you're doing one thing, you're doing the other, right? But let me go back to my build, right? So culture freedom, how I see that is our culture of Islam, right? Which gives us values, morals, and principles, and gives us all these positive things and positive way of life. But our culture of Islam, which is my culture, and it's your culture too, right? Our, our, our culture protects us from the lies and wickedness of the devil's civilization, and our positive way of life protects us from falling victim to a negative way of life. Like I said, Islam gives us discipline through morals, values, and principles, which are always to be upheld, right? And this allows us to not fall victim to lies and wickedness. So we no longer, right? We have a mystery God religion that teaches us and give us no solace and teach us slavery teachings. We don't do nothing under that. Our culture stops us from even having a desire to do anything evil, right? A desire to do anything that's not right and exact, right? When you have Islam, right, it gives you solace, right? It don't make you want to go out and drink liquor, go out and get high, go out and do all these things, sport and play, gamble, and none of that stuff. So it comes easy to us and it's natural to us because it's our true culture, our true way of life. But the culture of Islam, which is a supreme and divine culture, and in the next degree, I'll build on how I see the word divine. But our culture stops us from wanting to doing anything negative, anything destructive, right? It also protects us from the lies, because he told us a whole bunch of lies in our mind and changed our mind and corrupted the root of our civilization to make it so that now through the mind he controls our physical actions. Thus he told us a whole bunch of lies, and now our actions are reflecting what's in our mind, because it's always going to align itself. It's in your mind, it's going to come out, right? If you study this and if you're a wise person, you're going to know this to be true. But it frees you from the lies that he told you. Oh, don't do this. This might affect you negatively, but it's really something positive. And he tell you, oh, do this. This is what you should be doing. It's okay to do this, but don't do that. No. That might actually do you some good, so don't do that, right? So it frees our culture of Islam, which is our culture and your culture and my culture, that frees us from falling victim to a devilish way of life, and frees us from the lies and the wickedness of devil civilization. So it frees you from any negative temptations. Want to go out and mistreat a black woman, want to go out and sell some drugs, take some drugs, right? Anything. I see a good way I can go out and rip someone off, get some good money, right? That's blood sucking the pole. It frees us from that, right? It frees us from any of these negative activities because they are prohibited and that don't happen under Islam, right? So it frees you from a devil, from falling a victim and leading a false way, a negative way of life, right? You see a whole group of black people in a room. No one's arguing. No one's doing nothing. They all being respectful, and we all being respectful and doing that. That's how Islam do it. Islam manifests all these positive creations, all these positive actions, all these positive things, which you won't find in no Christianity. But it frees us, our supreme divine culture, the way we present care yourself. We don't just come in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We come in truly reflecting our own identification of truth, right? What comes from inside of ourselves, our nature, right? Our nature is truth. Our nature is Islam. Our nature is righteousness, right? So our culture, right? We don't just present care yourself any type of way. We don't allow a woman to come out the house looking half dressed and disgracing herself and being disrespected and corrupted and made other than her own self. She comes out the house looking like an angel, reformers. But I'll get to that in a second. Now, that frees us from any of these negative things that you see today. There's lots of negative stuff going on in all shapes, fashions, and forms. Right now, let me get that. I see the fourth degree in the alphabet. Number 4D, divine destroy, divines our supreme culture, which is Islam. Freedom is a free from all the lies and the wickedness. Pasa. Yeah. Number 4D, divine destroy, divines our supreme culture, which is Islam. Destroys or take away from all the filthy things on the planet Earth, right? So, what does divine mean? And why is our culture divine? Divine means above all other things, right? Divine means the most highest of what you can get. Divine means the best. So above all other things. Supreme, that's also what supreme means, right? But it's because our ways and actions are divine. Islam is divine because it gives you the best part, which is understanding, but it gives to you the best of all things and the best of actions. And it's a divine way of life because, right, we're all civilized. We all respect each other. There's no telling lies and stealing, right? We are unified. We all respect one another, and we protect and uplift the black woman and the original woman. We protect our woman. We do all these things. That's why it's a divine culture, and that's what divine means, because Islam, right, that's the true way of life of the original man. And when you live in truth, when you representing yourself, you're not lying to yourself, you're not having no confusion in your mind, right? You always doing wonderful, right? You have happiness, right? That's total satisfaction amongst yourself. You got peace. That's the absence of confusion. That's why it's the divine culture. Islam is divine. It's because Islam allow you to be a divine person, right? I mean, above all other things, right? Having the best of everything, which you always wanted and never looked for, right? That's the divine culture of black man. But when you divine, right, you, right, destroys or take away from all the 50 things on the earth, right? So, because earth is the home of Islam, and that's also to take away from the 50 things on your woman, right? But refine her, clean up, take her off the streets, right? Because Islam, the reason Islam is a divine culture, and divine means to be above all of the things, is it can take a person. It will take a woman who goes out on the streets all hours of the night, right? Wearing all these clothes, right? To take her, refine her, and make a 3/4 covered, dressed in clothing, right? And leave her looking like an angel, because she is an angel. Just as Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, because she is an angel, right? Transform her into her own self, into her true self-reflection, right? It take a crackhead, it take a drug addict, take an alcoholic on the streets. It's bring him up on his 2 feet, give him a straight way of living. That's why it's divine, because there's a power to transform you into your own self, into who you really are, into your own culture, right? And it gives you the best things in your life. It gives you mental contentment, mental clarity, right? It frees you from these things, but destroys or take away from all the things on the earth. So we got to clean up the home of Islam. We got to clean up what's around us, right? Because the earth is where we walk on. That's where your feet touch. You walk down the street, right? So it has to your surroundings, right? The cost of things that's close to you, right? Your cipher, right? The clothes you wear. I think the guy's name was either magnetic or mathematic. I seen him, but he said cost of things that are close to you, the food you eat, the clothes you wear, and that's true indeed, right? But yeah, your surroundings have to be clean, right? The room in which you live, it's good to have a clean room, right? I was showing my room, but the lighting's bad, so you can't really see nothing, right? Well, you can see this. I just picked this up today. It's you can burn your different incense. You got my Somali stuff. Somalia is a very beautiful country. Got some unsil, however you say it, right? You can use this, burn your incense, but have a clean room and an organized room. The science behind that is when you have that, it boosts your mood and uplifts your vibrations, frequencies, and positive energy. Because if you sitting in a place that's unpleasing to the eye, right, that it's not good to even look at, right, that's gonna affect your mood and your vibrations and your frequencies and your positive energy on a certain level, right? Just like if I'm listening to a certain type of music, I'm watching certain type of visuals, programs and stuff, TV, right? I'm looking at something. All five senses, right? Power. There's power in all five of your senses, right? And they say you have even more than five senses, but I ain't gonna get into that because I don't know nothing about that. But right, they have an effect on things like your vibrations, your thoughts. So if you're looking at in a place that's not even pleasing to look at, that's going to have an effect. So if you have an organized room, one organized for efficiency, which will help you be a timely person, or not an efficient person, always be in a timely manner, always be on time, never be out of time, right? Which is true in more than one way, right? Don't be out of time with these teachings, because these teachings ain't out of time, brother. They on time. And if you out of time, right, it means you with the devil civilization, because they out of time. They finna be destroyed, right? But right, you be on time person. You show up to your work on time. You show up, right? You have to do something on time. You show up to your appointments on time, right? You able to have that's also good, right? Which is good to work on. Good to try to get to a point where we can always be on time for things. We can always not be rushed, right? Because it's hard. There's many things, right? I'm not there yet, right? But we are. It's good to do things to make efforts to get there. But having a clean room, that's gonna boost your mood. Everything, right? Always cleaning your room and having something organized. Not only is it efficient, right? You know where everything is, but it's also pleasant to look at. It's beautiful to look at. Just like the flag of Islam, I got it right here, right? The sun, moon, and star. That's good to look at, right? Having beautiful things in your room. I have this. I got 2 incense burners. I like the way that they look. I have this little, pieces of art everywhere. I got this little dragon, right? I got some foreign currencies. I got this big ass dice with quartz and agates inside of that shit. These things is pleasing to look at, right? So, but if you living in mess, right? It's good to be clean internally as well as externally. That's why when you pray, now as a confession, right? In a spiritual connection to Allah, right? And you confessing yourself and you reflecting what's inside of you, right? You have positive thoughts, you got good advice inside you got good positive thinkings, morals, values, and principles. But you got to be clean internally as well as externally. So you take your shower, you wash your whole body, you wash your face, your eyes, your nose, you wash out your mouth, right? You wash your ears, you wash your feet, wash your hands up to your elbows, right? clean your body. You a clean person. Clean internally as well as externally. You get out the shower. You dry. You clean. You get out the shower. You dry. You put on your shea butter, right? You now I'm all moisturized. You a clean person. But the reason why, before you get the shea butter and all that, but the reason you clean yourself, you gotta be clean internally as well as externally, right? Bringing forth that equality. If you don't feel good, that's also going. You a dirty person? No. Islam also teaches you to be a clean person internally as well as externally, right? But because it's like this, you're not gonna drink clean water out of a dirty cup. So everything, right? So it's good to try to clean your room and make your room and your house, right? If you in a space all the time, have it all clean. You in the kitchen a lot of the day, make your kitchen clean. If you have your own house, or if you only have your own apartment, or if you just rent a room somewhere, right? Always good to be clean so you can look at something good. Have good positive pictures. Have portraits. I got a picture of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. I got a picture of Master Prophet Muhammad. I got a picture of Allah, justice. I want to get some more pictures of some more positive brothers. But yeah, I got many flags. I got the Rastafarian flag. I got the Pan-African flag. I got the flag of the Bahamas. I got the flag. I got the sun, moon, and star. Right. I got good-looking things. Right. And I try to keep my room looking good so that I can always have a good mindset, and everything else will be also good. But continuing on with my build. Right. Gotta clean up the earth around you, because this is the home of Islam, so we got to make sure to clean up from the filthy things. But going to the culture degree in the 1 through 10, just briefly building on it. Number 4, what's the total population of colored people in the wilderness of North America and all the planet Earth, right? Wilderness of North America is 103 million. All the planet Earth is 4 million. Upon itself, 400 million. Right? But looking at that, right, what are the filthy things on the planet Earth? That's at 400 million white folks. Those are the filthy things, right? All the shit that they do, and what have they done, right? What's that science, right? That how I see that degree is it shows you that power of the mind is greater than power of numbers, especially when the people with the power of numbers do not have the power of their own mind, then they're liable to fall victim to a group of people of lesser numbers that have a power of their mind, right? Think over this. Right, this is what they've done. In the wilderness of North America, they outnumber us. So they've given us an incorrect and false perception of reality, of the reality that there's more of them than us, which is incorrect. But they put our mind in the wrong place. They think the only way you can have power is if you have power in numbers, right? But there's greater power in the mind. So the white colored man, being wise in technology, he understood the fact. Well, I'll just tell you this. Fuck what he understood. The fact is that when you compare the original man's mind to the color man's mind, the original man's mind is stronger. Whatever way you want to look at it, right? And it's more powerful than his mind. So knowing the only way for him to rule over us, and make us fall victim to him, is for him to script us from the power of our own mind, right? So he scripted us to the power of our own mind, right? Which is what you need. So now that's how he's able to rule over us. So you just get the power of your mind back, the knowledge of yourself. If you read these books, I'll put a link in the description where you can get the books again. So I will for y'all to get the books. I strive for y'all to get the books and get knowledge of yourself. Because I don't know where y'all live. There may not be that many brothers and sisters that can teach you, but you're still gonna have to go to the books anyways. Even if whatever, get to the books. But right, when you get knowledge of yourself, you rise up, and there's more of us than them, right? We're not outnumbered. You're not outnumbered. Even if we're only 5%. We alone, we're never lonely, right? But Islam offers you friendship in all different groups of people across the world. Islam gives you solace. You don't have no loneliness, right? Like there's many of us. There's 4.4 billion original Muslims, right? This is our lessons teach us by nature. But But yeah, we gotta take away from the 50 things on the planet Earth. So I remember power in the mind is greater than power in numbers. So don't feel like you outnumbered or he has more power than you. Right now, let me kind of speed things up a little bit. You know, what's the Carter degree in the one through 14? Right. That's how do I see that degree? Right. That degree teaches us. Right. Because within that degree, I'm running out of time, so I'm not gonna quote that degree. But in that degree, it says, you know, when the it teaches us that when the devil or the colored man first got into the best part of the root of civilization, he started telling lies against the original people, causing us to fight and kill one another. Right? This is still seen today. Right? The color, because right. Anyways, let me get on with my build. Right? This is still seen today. Right? So when he first came went to the when the white man first came to the best part, which is root civilization or Mecca, he started telling lies against us. So he said, "Oh, see that brother over there? He did this and that, making us fight and kill one another." Right? And the original and Allah supreme wisdom knowing and original people knowing that right that these destructive things was happening, right? And you can't and don't get me wrong, right? Or if they would have stayed there, they would have destroyed the black nation. And don't get me wrong, black nation can't be destroyed, but with Allah's supreme wisdom, we've already prepared, made it so that this will not happen. But if they would have been allowed to stay there, that would have destroyed the original people. And this can still be seen today because the devil still tells lies against one of us, making us fight and kill one another. And this could be any of his institutions, which means any person, place, or thing that's of the devil himself, or comes from the devil civilization. So any person, place, or thing that comes from the devil, or devilishman, or devil civilization, right, makes us fight and kill one another, whether it be one of his institutions such as drugs, liquor, alcohol, selling drugs, gambling, any of these things. We fight and kill each other over some woman, and when we're disrespecting her and not protecting her ourselves, right? These things, when we fight and kill each other over materialistic values. I robbed and killed a brother for his chain. Oh, he stuck me up, he robbed me. I had this nice chain, it was real good. I didn't want to give it to him, so I died for it. Right? Don't be prideful. Right? A lot of pride kills a lot of people. Don't be no prideful people. Be meek, humble, while at the same time confident yet commanding. And ours demand respect. Right? But don't be prideful. Right? Pride don't. A lot of people get their pride hurt and will die over pride. And pride gets people killed. Right? Don't be on that. Don't be bragging and boasting. Right? Be confident and humble. But now getting back to what I'm saying though, right? His institutions makes us fight and kill one another. What he gives to us. So all of these things kills us. So by us sticking with it, equals nothing but death. Right? So we have to remove ourselves from it and scrub and clean that from the planet Earth. That's why that Allah's supreme wisdom planning in advance before something happens. So this also teaches us to plan things out before we do them, right? But and always plan everything out before you do it to the best of your ability, and you'll be most successful in it. And if you plan correctly, proper planning prevents poor performance. As the five P's of power, which was a, a manifestation that I seen in the book of life that I bought. But um, he knew that if they would have if they would have remained there, they would have corrupted it. Just as you see today, we've remained with them. We've been dying, right? Because right, how you destroy black is if you either kill them or if you graft them into white. Other than that, you can't destroy no black. And also, we do the proper planning in advance so that we'll be ready for anything, right? So he tied them up in the caves and hillsides of West Asia, which is in Europe, right? And he allowed them to remain there so that he could regroup, rejuvenate, and prepare, and make it, and keep the root pure, and not get mixed, diluted, and tampered with, right? So I wanted to advance my builds and build on a few different things, but I'm running out of time, so I gotta always be in a timely manner. And I just want to say peace, you know, and hopefully, and drink your water, eat your good food, protect the black woman, eat one meal a day, be very positive, think good thoughts, plan things out before you do them, and always study your lessons with sincerity, right? And if you need lessons, uh, hit me up and I'll give them to you, right? So, peace.